Hi everyone, I'm Tanaz from foreverconscious.com and this is your weekly energy forecast for the week of August 21st. We have a lot of awesome energy happening in the cosmic skies this week. We begin our week receiving energy from the star Regulus. Regulus is one of the four royal stars and it sits at about 0 degrees of Virgo. So as the sun makes that move from Leo into Virgo, it crosses Regulus and we get an awesome influx of its energy. Regulus is said to stimulate our higher chakras. It is known as the heart of the lion, so it brings energy down to our higher chakras, stimulating our higher energy centers and straight into our heart, where it can also help us to connect with our passions, our intuition, and the home of our higher self. This energy really peaks on the 22nd, 23rd. That'll slightly depend on your time zone. That is when the sun crosses that 0 degree mark into the sign of Virgo. So that's another shift we have happening this week. We're moving out of Leo season into the sign of Virgo. So Virgo is ruled by the Virgin goddess, and she is a symbol for wholeness, finding our wholeness, knowing that we are source energy, that there is a source within us, that we are made of source energy, that we are made of God, that we are made of the universe, whatever word you want to use. We are God, we are source energy. And it's about remembering that, connecting with that, and allowing ourselves to feel the wholeness, the completion that we already are. So really feel into that, really feel into the wholeness and that you already are. And another thing that Virgo energy really embodies and teaches us is learning how to listen to our heart, our mind, our body, and our soul, really paying attention through listening to what our body needs, listening to what our heart needs. You know, a lot of us lead busy lives, we're rushing ahead. We usually have some sort of routine that we tend to fall into day to day, week to week. This is a really good time to sit back from that, to reflect on that, and to see if you are honoring your body, honoring your feelings that are connected to your heart, mind, and soul. So it's a good time to check in with that. And actually, as we get to the end of the week, and I'll talk about this a little bit more, but on the 27th, we have a Virgo new moon. So that's also a really good time to think about what new habits, what new things you can bring into your life to help align with this idea that your body is a temple, which is very much what Virgo energy is all about. But before I get to that new moon, there's just one other thing happening before that on August 24th, and that is Uranus stationing retrograde. Uranus has been very, very active this year, particularly in these last few months. Uranus is the planet of change and awakening. It shakes things in order to awaken us, in order to get us to look at things differently. It is an energy that's all about freedom, finding our freedom, shaking up the status quo, breaking boundaries, finding new innovative ways of doing things. So that energy has been very, very strong. Maybe you felt it in your life, but this is something that we're talking about more on the global stage. However, it can definitely be influencing us, especially if you feel the winds of change have come into your life, or if you are feeling that change is on the horizon, but you can't quite grasp it just yet. There's this feeling that shift is coming, but it's not quite here. All of that can be part of the Uranus energy that you're feeling. So Uranus is going to station retrograde, which means its energy shifts from an external to an internal. So we're really looking within. We're looking at what needs to change within us. We're looking at how changes have affected us and how we can start to navigate and accept any changes that have come our way. It's a time where we want to go within and see how we can make progress, how we can make good of whatever changes have come our way. It's sort of about finding that acceptance. So that is what we'll feel as Uranus stations retrograde. Usually with a retrograde, we feel it most strongly the day it happens and the day the retrograde comes to an end, which won't be until January of next year for Uranus. So we'll feel that around the 24th. You might be feeling a little more reflective. You might be wanting to contemplate on the changes that have happened. If you're in the midst of change and needing to make some decisions, you may find that this Uranus retrograde slows things down a little bit. Maybe it's not possible to make a decision just yet. You might have to practice a little patience. Just something to keep in mind. And then we get to the end of the week with that Virgo new moon. And this new moon is really nice. The planet Mars is very active under this new moon, and that will be helping us to set intentions. New moons are always a great time to set intentions. So our intentions should be geared towards fearlessness, breaking past our insecurities, trying to find more energy in our lives, trying to all those kind of Mars things, how we can take action, how we can find more energy, how we can push past our fears. There may be a little bit of irritability or frustration that comes up around this new moon because Mars energy can activate that sometimes. But Mars only activates that when we have something unspoken or unsaid, or we're not following what we really think, our authentic self, or our passions. So if you are feeling a little bit irritable, maybe take a little look. Where is this really coming from? Instead of taking it out on the people around you, see if you can figure out where that irritability is coming from. Sometimes it doesn't come from anywhere. Sometimes we're just in a bad mood, and that's cool. That's totally fine. But if something has been bugging you and you feel that really coming to the surface, maybe it's time to look at what is happening underneath. That new moon is also a really good time to focus on our well-being. So how can you bring focus to feeling good, feeling joy, feeling peace, feeling satisfied in your own life? So there's a lot of energy, but the main things that I want you to focus on this week would be a heart connection with that Regulus energy coming in, going to our heart, feeling connected to source, feeling connected to your body, to the heavens, to the God energy that lives within. And then as we get to that new moon, really thinking about new habits, new things that you can bring into your life that support your well-being. So they're kind of like the two main things that I think would be a great thing to focus on this week is feeling your source universe connection within, and then thinking about some ways you can bring more well-being and more peace into your body. Usually that requires just listening and paying attention to what your body is saying, what your mind, what your heart is trying to communicate to you. So I hope that's helpful. You can find more on all of this at foreverconscious.com. If you would like to do a ritual to honor the energy of the Virgo new moon and to help you set some awesome intentions and, treat your body as a temple, check out that ritual. It's designed specifically for this new moon. I'll drop a link below in the description box. But again, you can find so much more at foreverconscious.com. If you've liked this video, please subscribe, please share it along to your friends and family, and I will see you guys next week. Thanks.